July the 25th, 2021. Guys, a very quick video on a tropical update, kind of a national update. But we've got a change in the upper level wind shear. For the last several days, we've seen the top of anything in this area, and especially this storm, being torn off the top of it and pushed out to the Atlantic Ocean all the way over into the UK. That has changed. This morning it was still moving from left to right or to the east, but now it's changed back to the west. The storm is starting to wrap itself in some of these clouds. Notice the difference in just this morning. You could see everything, but as soon as that wind changed, everything else changed. Now, one thing about it, the Navy model shows that this low pressure system, it doesn't show it getting very strong, but it does show it crossing the Florida Peninsula into the Gulf of Mexico. If it keeps this slight northwest path, I think it's going to probably come in maybe Georgia, South Carolina. We'll just keep an eye on it daily, but again, at this wider view, have you ever seen wood smoke like that or wildfire smoke, guys? I never have, and it's amazing to see that much in the atmosphere. You also have some Saharan sand coming out of the right of this image, just at the top of the storm in the bottom right corner. But again, the reason I'm coming on is because I noticed that this wind pattern has changed, and now that's going to allow the strengthening of the storm as it crosses the warmer Gulf Stream. Look at as the sun passes, look behind this trailing storm, and you can see remnants of the Saharan dust layer. It's being looking at the latest update, but do notice this was about 4.5 hours ago at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It is now 12:37 Eastern. As I'm doing the video, it's a 50% chance of development, but it says it's continuing to produce disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity, mainly to the east and southeast of the center. That was true at 8 o'clock. The wind has shifted. It's starting to wrap back up. Environmental conditions were expected to be marginally conducive. Again, I'm putting in a few words here because it's an early report. And a tropical depression could still form later today or early Monday while the system drifts westward towards the east coast of Florida. An Air Force Reserve reconnaissance aircraft is scheduled to again investigate the low this afternoon if necessary. So we need to, and maybe we'll get a report out at 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll see. And guys, just kind of keep an eye on the National Hurricane Center if you're along the Florida, Georgia, South Carolina coast. But if looking at it here, you can see that what you're looking at is the blue clouds are the upper level clouds, and you can see they're wrapping off that storm. Now, we're still dealing with this wildfire smoke. Check that out of the west coast all the way up into Canada, and it's just going in waves and being picked up into that upper level air movement from the west to the east. It's dipping below the Great Lakes, but all of that area, including the area at the very southern tip of Lake Michigan, there you're under air quality alerts, and it's in the gray. Notice the very southern tip of Lake Michigan, and all the gray areas are air quality alert. But in the orange, we're having heat advisories here in Mississippi. Central Mississippi, it was 110 heat index yesterday, predicted to be 110 again today. Anywhere you see that, or these other areas, the excessive heat warning, then you got excessive heat watches up along the Canadian border in the central U.S. But anytime you're in this situation, you can be overcome very quickly by heat. Now, here in the south, the humidity really puts it on you, but at least you folks in Arizona are getting some of that desert monsoon rain, so that may help somewhat with drought conditions and with some of the heat conditions. You do have some flash flood warnings in the area, but all of this gray area, this is because of this wildfire smoke. I'm surprised there's not more out, but if you look at some of your local information, for instance, AccuWeather, go there, and it has some air quality alerts. Look at your location, your city, and find out. Even a bandana is better than nothing if you have to be outside, but you got two things to deal with: the smoke and the heat. Now, just pay attention to, again, the East Coast and the southern east coast, and the storm, if it develops to tropical storm, it will be called Fred, F-R-E-D. But we're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.